If you are more than 30, 40, or 50 years old and you're waking up at night more than once to go pee, you might have a disease or a health condition in the making. A lot of people don't know that waking up more than once to go to the bathroom and do number one is actually not normal. It's a condition that could be a precursor to symptoms like diabetes, maybe inflammation of the prostate, the bladder, cystitis. Certain health condition that is not treated now could make things a lot worse. So how can you reverse this health condition? How can you make sure this symptom goes away so that you stop peeing maybe 3, 4, 5 times per night and you go back to peeing none or maybe once at the most? So what are the best practices? What are the best home remedies? And what things should you be doing to make sure that this health condition doesn't make things a lot worse and doesn't make you age because you're not sleeping? Not many people know that health conditions, terrible diseases, come very slowly and start to appear with symptoms, very subtle symptoms in the human body. One of these symptoms is peeing many times at night, actually more than once. You should only be getting up at night to pee once, and if you're getting up twice, 3, 4, 5 times a day or at night, this is not normal. This could be a symptom of conditions of all sorts. Really, nerve damage, maybe nerve impulses that are not working properly. You have a maybe hyperactive bladder that is not normal, not what your doctor might be telling you. You might have pre-diabetes, insulin resistance, obesity. There are tons of health conditions that have been linked and are linked to having that overstimulation of peeing at night or during the day. And the reality of treating the symptom now is that you're actually reversing whatever health condition or disease you might see show up in the future if you decide not to do anything about it. And this is what I'm going to reveal to you in today's video. Number 1, this might be nerve damage or the starting of neuropathies in your body. A lot of people don't know that nerve damage does indeed exist. Our nerves are cables. Literally, they are cables that have entire cells tied to myelin, which is a substance that covers, like the plastic and cable, covers the entire copper, if you want, of the connections in the human body. And this can get damaged. It gets damaged over the years due to aging, but sometimes also gets damaged due to insulin resistance, due to high sugar levels, high glucose, high cholesterol, bad circulation, maybe conditions where you don't have enough oxygen in your blood, that it's just enough to make sure that all the nutrients you need in these nerves are feeding them and they are keeping up with the age you have and with stimuli and functions they should be operating without any problems. So therefore, one of the causes that might be waking you up at night to pee all the time might be a certain nerve damage that is not declared in your body but is starting to be seen as symptoms like peeing too often at night, every night, more than 2, 3, 4, or 5 times a day. If you're seeing this condition, you can always take supplements like Neuromatrix, Berbrain, Metathyroid, and CurcuHealth, which are 4 of the supplements that I actually recommend that you can take to reverse this condition. Number 2, you could be suffering insulin resistance, pre-diabetes, or you are starting to be overweight. Being overweight has its consequences. You have more mass, which requires more circulation, and in this respect, doesn't really catch up to the amount of fat you have in your blood or in circulation with glucose and sugar. And this damages the functioning of your nerves. That's what I've just talked about in the last point. But this is actually being caused by insulin resistance, and peeing so often is a symptom. Polyuria is a symptom of diabetes, pre-diabetes, obesity, and all the ones I've just mentioned. You need exercise, you need to change your diet, maybe cut off on breads, pasta, processed foods, carbohydrates, start exercising, make sure that you're going to the gym to tear those muscles and have them produce the hormones you need, and make sure that your metabolic rate can keep up with the burning of glucose, fats, and everything you have in your blood that is damaging the function of having that sensation of over peeing every day. Now, what is actually happening in your body is something that we don't think about. The body is having too much cholesterol, too much sugar in circulation, and it just wants to get rid of it. It can't get rid of it with exercise because you're not doing it. So it tries to overstimulate peeing, making sure that at some point, maybe in the future, you can actually eliminate the fat and the glucose you have in circulation, which doesn't really happen ever because it doesn't get excreted through urine. And your body is trying everything to get rid of it in any way it can. If you need something natural to make sure your metabolic rate keeps up with the burning of everything you're eating every day and you're keeping it healthy, look for Metathyroid, Appleizer, Berbrain. Neuromatrix, and D. Berry from Fineland at finelandvitamins.com. Number 3, you might be eating something that is a diuretic or something that contains a vitamin or mineral that has diuretic effects. A lot of people eat their food without knowing what the effect of each food they are eating will cause in the body. Some foods have a diuretic effect. Some foods have a constipating effect. Some foods are good for the brain, for the liver. Others are good for the colon. Foods are of all sorts. Now, when you go to sleep, you don't want to take a food or eat something that is going to overactivate that urinary process. In this case, the filtering of blood by your kidneys or stimulating your bladder to go evacuate every 5 minutes. These are the foods that contain lots of leafy greens. If you are a vegetarian, if you're a person that does not eat meat, if you're a person that eats lots of veggies, lots of greens, this is going to overactivate, overstimulate your bladder and overstimulate, your kidneys and your urinary tract. This is going to cause you, or is going to make you, produce more urine than natural. So watch out for magnesium containing foods, potassium containing foods, vitamin B's, foods that have that diuretic effect, maybe some teas, maybe mint tea, cinnamon tea. All of these have that effect on your body. Number 4, you might be suffering an inflammation, an infection, maybe prostatitis, or even bladder descendant in women that is very common. A lot of the urinary symptoms we feel have a lot to do with inflammation. They have a lot to do with damage to some part of the tissue you might be seeing in your bladder, in your urethra, in the kidneys. It has a lot to do with how healthy your urinary system is functioning. So if you're having an infection, maybe a bacterial infection, if you're having something like a candida infection, if you're seeing inflammation of the prostate or a descent in the bladder, which is very common in women that have given birth, well, you're going to see that integration of that urinary system not work properly. It's going to be very chaotic. It's going to try to fix itself and try to stimulate the urination of constant urine because it's not capable of holding all the urine until it's really time to do so. But this can be reversed. This can be helped. This can be done with supplements. You have to make sure that you are eliminating infections, that you are reducing inflammation, that you're not eating foods that are overstimulating this process that I just mentioned on the last point. This is also very, very crucial. If you need something natural, for men, look for Prostatine, look for Metathyroid, and Kirku Health and Virilitize from Fineland. And if you're a woman that needs something for urinary tract infections or cystitis, the overactive bladder you might be seeing, look for D-Berry, Myoinositol, and Metathyroid at finelandvitamins.com. Don't forget to give the like button, don't forget to share, and don't forget that going and having that sensation of urination every night more than once is not normal. God bless.